Hello, and welcome to Patient Zero Gaming. For anybody who doesn't know, this is a game called Hearthstone, and basically the concept of this game is you have these cards, and each card does their own little special ability and has their own special thing. So, I thought I'd just maybe play a little bit of it, kind of demonstrate what it's like. I'm not great at it, I'm not terrible at it, but I don't know, I have a good collection, and I have decently good, decks. And each deck you have a different type of character, and each character has one of these like special abilities as well as their own type of cards. So like, let's say for the hunter class, you have like these kind of cards and it deals this much damage to whatever you pick, and I'll show you that later. But yeah, so basically you just kind of like pick whatever cards you want and you put them in your deck, and your deck has about 30 cards. And it's pretty simple, not too complicated, but you know, you don't want to just look at that. I'll show you the game and demonstrate a little bit more about what it's like. Alright, so these are the decks that I have right here. So I have like, one of my funny jokes is just I like to name my decks after what they do. So I'll check out like my hunter deck for now, and I called it the Mat Beater because I played with my friend Matt, and he insisted that I played against him, so I chose this deck and named it the Mat Beater, and just to, you know, make it funny so I can beat him with it and see how powerful it was and if I could beat him with it, and I actually ended up beating him. So let's just jump into this one, finding a game. Oh, versus a hunter.
Rexxar versus Rexxar.
So when you first start the game, you get a certain amount of cards, or you get an extra card, and you get to pick between which cards you want to start with. I like to start with lower level cards, or like lower costing cards, because you only have a certain amount for whatever your amount costs. It will cost one of your mana crystals down here. And it says when your turn starts, you will find, or you will gain a new crystal to fill an empty one. So you kind of want to just look at whatever cards you have, and I don't really want to play anything right now. And whenever you play a card, it'll cost one of your mana crystals. So like, if I use this one, if I use this ability like he just did, it'll do damage to the other hero, and it'll cost me my 2 mana crystals. Let's see if we can fuck this guy up a little bit. Yeah, got it in my turn.
Rams? Those aren't exciting enough.
Whenever you draw a beast, give it 2 and 2. Oh, okay, that's a dangerous card there. So play this. And what that was a secret. And basically the other player can't see what this is until it happens. So I play my secret, and then this ability will happen. So it says deal 2 damage to all enemies when my hero is attacked. Okay. Get rid of this card as fast as possible.
Chill out.
And whenever you attack a minion like you just saw, you get dealt the same amount that they can deal if you get attacked or attack, and you only have so much health. So there's obviously, like, you have to make sure you strategize, make sure you know what you're doing, or else you might lose all your cards, or you might lose all your health. And there, just like that, my secret was revealed, so this person knows, like, I had that kind of card, and just got rid of them. Another secret, same secret I already played. Deal 2 damage to that guy, and 2 damage to zero. And that's all my mana crystals. And you kind of want to try to use as much of your mana crystals, like even if you have 1 left, like if you can play another card, try to play that card, or strategize and just kind of play like whatever you think you can use, or whatever you think might be useful. It all depends on whatever situation you're with. So whatever he plays, you always want to like try to match that, try to make it work. Cards right now. Coin that I just played is basically it gives you an extra mana crystal, and you can only get that if you play second. So if the coin rolls and you get first or second, you get 3 or 4 cards, and then you get an extra card that basically just gives you another mana crystal for that turn.
Job's done.
I will be your doom.
Oh, and I lost this guy. But you see, like, this core count. I'll play that one next, and we'll try to match it with that one. So we'll play this one that turn, and this one the next turn. Because this gives it a 2 and 2. Like plus 2 and 2 health, and attack, and taunt. So it already has a 9 and 5. So we can do this, and then this. That.
Job's done.
But risky. That's one of those special cards that can change your hero to a different one and give you a different ability. So now you can craft a specific type of Zombeast card, one of the newer types of cards. Newer to me. It's been a while since I've played this.
Done.
Just like that, he used his ability, and he could craft a Zombeast card. This probably wasn't a good start of a game. I'm probably gonna lose this. Like, it's pretty obvious. Because he's doing 3 damage, but because he has a Wind Fury, which basically lets them attack twice, and like, it'll show you all of the stuff that one card can do. And, yeah, so you kind of have to strategize with your cards and with everyone else's cards, depending on what you get and what they get. Oh. See, I could have lost right there because he has 3 attack that's available, but he didn't use it. So, see right here, he has this thing that if something happens, then he can attack me, and then if something like...
Come to me, little ones!
Oh, and I lost. So we're gonna see.
Well played.
Now he's just playing unnecessarily. I don't know course, he had the same kind of spell card, secret card that I had. So now I'm down to 1 health, he has 14, and I don't know why, but it's just kind of letting me continue to play. So weird. Most people don't do this, they normally end you as fast as possible, but I guess this guy is just wanting to play and just play a bunch of cards, so... Alright, this is fine. I'm okay with this. And I bet as soon as I put this down, it's probably gonna get destroyed anyways. I don't have any other cards that are well enough to help me out.
Start running, Prey.
And there we go. Finally decided he wanted to beat me. And that's just kind of one match, that's how it goes. So let's try a different deck of cards. Because that was just a hunter, that was only one person with one ability. Let's try something a little different, with a different guy, different ability, and different cards. Because each one can have some of the same cards, but as well you can get just some cards that are like specific to that person or that character. So, my elemental deck, as you can see right here, it says he's a shaman. And the shaman can basically use these things called totems, and you can call in a totem using your ability. And there are 4 totems that you can get. One will heal, one will increase your spells, one will be a taunt card, and then one will just be a normal attack card. Nothing too special, nothing too overpowered, but just something that's like interesting to the game and makes it a little more fun to play. And then he used that, so I think I'm just gonna play my hero power. And see, this is one of the ones that's just an attack card. It's nothing too special. Only has 1 and 1, so you can hit one person, and it'll probably die after you hit that one person. See, just like that. But it takes away their health anyways, and that's like more of clutch kind of cards. It's simple, easier to play. I think I'll play this next. That'll heal my guy. So each card has their own type of ability. So this one says, oh, it's a taunt card. So a taunt means that all of these guys have to kill this one card before they can attack me. And then a battle cry card, it basically just does something when you play it, like it says in the little description. And for my battle card for this card, it heals my hero, or heals one of my characters that I choose to 3 health. Now this card right here, this is a card I really love to get, because every time it attacks a hero, it gains a new ability. And I think that's just overpowered, and I want one.
I'm warning you, I'm unstable!
That's useless. This card is like the same card that last hunter used. It will transform my hero into this hero, and it'll transform any of my minions that are on the board into ones that cost 1 more. And of course they get a win here. That's probably one of my least favorite cards because of how annoying it can get. I'm just gonna play this.
How long can this go on? How long can this go on?
Don't mess with me!
Get rid of that card. And this card, because it had a death rattle, it does something after it dies. So that death rattle basically deals a certain amount of damage, but because this guy had a divine shield, it didn't do anything, so it just absorbed by the shield, and this guy now still has his 4 and 4. But let's say if he didn't, it would deal 3 damage to a character. So now I have a taunt card out there, and hopefully that'll keep me alive for a little bit longer so I can save up enough of my mana crystals to be able to put out different and easier plays and better plays. So right now, this won't really help me, and that's not good. But there we go, he just destroyed that card, so that's so much better, so much easier for me. Now I don't have to deal with it. Oh. But I died. Okay. Well, that wasn't great. I'll try it again with a different deck, because I don't want to just show you guys the same deck over and over again. And like I said, I'm not the best at playing this, and I haven't played in a little bit. I'm gonna see if I can make a new deck, because why not? We'll try something different. So let's just add a new deck in here, and I think I'm gonna use a druid. So a druid, it has a hero ability with +1 attack and +1 armor for his turn. And then you can pick from like these kind of druid recipes, or you can make your own. And I like to personally just make my own deck because it's easier and I can pick whatever I want. So let's get something like this. And each one of these cards will be useful later on. Maybe this one. Okay, well, we'll just rename this deck because I like to name my decks. What to call it? Let's just call it Forest Fighter. Yeah, that seems like a good name. Pretty powerful. Well, let's try out the new Forest Fighter deck. Alright, jumping back into this game. Okay. Man, what is with everybody in Hunters today? Like, this is, what, the third Hunter, fourth Hunter I've fought today?
I must protect
First
the
little
wild.
bit. I think I'll move that one for another time. But we'll go with these cards for now. Okay, that was not really a good trade, but it's fine. And see how I started first this time, so I don't have the extra mana crystal card, and I only have 1 mana crystal to start with. So they have the extra mana crystal card, as well as they got an extra card from the game. Oh, this is why I wanted that. Okay. So let's just give my hero 1 attack and 1
For the
armor.
wild.
And we'll just get rid of that 1 card. Easy. Armor is also extremely useful for certain characters, because if you have a lot of armor, it's equal to like the same as health. It feels like it's a little more fragile if you're playing this game long enough, and it's like, man, it feels so weak to have armor, but it's honestly really helpful. Like I've had up to 30 armor before, and that's basically, that's the exact same as having another row of health against an enemy, which is by far way too overpowered in this game, but it's super useful. And these are what bananas do, so it gives a minion 1 and 1, so it gives them 1 more attack and 1 more health.
I wonder.
always a hopefully in this game. You always want to make sure you're like planning out your next move just in case. Like right now I'm trying to think of what I can do about his taunt card if he doesn't get rid of it. See like how he's doing stuff like that. You always want to try to figure out what's the easiest way to get rid of your enemy's card without losing too many minion cards, because you don't want to lose all of these cards if you can't attack his hero.
I wonder.
Let's see if he's gonna attack. No, he's not. Okay. So I'm gonna throw out.
Job's done.
I think I will put 4 health and taunt on this card, just to give me a better standing against anything he decides to throw at me, because if by chance he does something, I don't want to have to worry about what that might be later on. I'm gonna play this card too.
For the
Get rid of
wild.
this card. So how?
Job's done.
Oh, yeah. Just get rid of his card. That was a pretty well played move. What this card does is Battle Crisis Silence, and it removes anything that happens to this card. So this card would basically it took away all of the taunt and all of the health and attack I gave it, so now it's just back to what its original form would be. But I can still play this and give it back that certain amount. Even if they use the silence on me, I can still use stuff like that.
For the wild.
I probably should have gotten this first. Yeah, let's just attack him. So if I have a taunt card, then I won't have to worry too much about what I lose or what happens. Then this card's gonna be my next card, and then I'm probably gonna play this if I still have this guy out here.
I let the dogs out.
I'm gonna attack this card. I don't know if he will. Oh, perfect. So I'm gonna play this card. What I can do now. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. Because I have such a high level cards right now, and I don't really want to lose them if I want to play this. So I want to make sure I keep this on these guys, and then when I have those Tyrants, Trants. I don't know if they're still. I still don't know how to pronounce it. Don't want to lose those guys. This is where it's gonna probably get a little risky because I might play this next actually.
I wonder.
Quickly!
Basically what he's doing with this guy is trying to level him up as much as possible for attack, so when it comes to actually getting to this guy, he'll completely destroy him. But I think what I'm gonna do
The Earth
is
Mother was busy.
summon these guys, play this card.
Where my trees at?
Oh, that only happens once? That's stupid. And I think I'm gonna have to get rid of that guy, because he's getting too powerful for my liking. So I'm just gonna leave him at that. Leave that card. But now I have these cards, and they're super useful, because they're only 2/2, but you can't get them in your deck or anything, so I want to have these cards to be able to play. Oh, this is good. I'll play this.
How long can this go on? How long
This. So I
can
can
this
get all of these guys. If any of them die, they respawn another one of these. It's super useful, especially with how many I have out here already.
For the wild!
So I'm just gonna do that and leave my turn like that. And now I have a pretty good, solid standing for what I want in my deck, and I think this is gonna go a lot better than my last couple of games. Hopefully. There's always those clutch cards that people can play, and it turns the game around completely. And like this is one of those cards. So whenever it attacks, one of these guys will attack the other ones on the side. And which makes sense, because it's a Hydra card, so it's like 1, 2, 3 heads, and it's like, oh, cool, kind of thing. No, I'll save that. We'll put another one of these out here. Wow, look at that. Get rid of that card real quick. Another 3 card place.
Soiled!
Free me! Free me! Back off!
For the wilds!
Yeah, we're just gonna leave it at that. And now the maximum amount of mana crystals is up, and he left. Decided people can also just leave a game when they think, okay, I don't think I'm gonna win. So they're just like, I concede, and then they leave. And yeah, that's basically just the basics of Hearthstone, and this is probably one of my favorite games for the kind of reason it's a simple card game, but it also gives more of an idea of imagination, and it's super fun to play. It's free to play. You can download it on your computer like I'm playing, or you can download it on your phone and play on mobile, and it's just a super fun game. Like, for sure, I would recommend playing this game. But that's all I have for you guys. So let me know what you think of this video. If you want to see more of this kind of video, more content like this, let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. I'm a little bit new to this, so it'd be nice to get some extra support. That'd be cool. But yeah, just let me know what you think of these videos, and let me know what you think of any of my other videos. Later.